What's up, everybody? This is Jose from Southern Life. Welcome to Fort Meade, Florida in Polk County. Alright guys, so we're on the southern tip of Polk County and we're going to explore the town of Fort Meade. This town has over 5,000 people and it is one of the few towns in Polk County that's independent. Polk County is one large urban sprawl with the city of Lakeland, and most of the urban sprawl of Polk County is connected. This town, however, Fort Meade, is kind of independent. It's on the southern part of the county. So what makes this town a little bit different is that it stands by itself. Most of Polk County is one giant urban sprawl. Polk County, like I said, is one giant urban sprawl of a bunch of little towns that are all attached. But this out here sits all by itself, and with 5,000 people, it is a substantial sized town for this region of the state. Now, as you drive through Fort Meade, it really doesn't look like much. On the left, you can see a little barbecue stand. I mean, this is the south, rural southern towns in Florida. Notice how the barbecue stand has metal bars on the window. Big Daddy's Barbecue!
Wow!
One of the best barbecues in Florida.
They got this orange sauce that's incredible.
Yes.
They used to have this food truck out in Fort Myers that we used to go to every Friday.
This is a Fresh Choice supermarket. Yes, Big Daddy's Barbecue is now in Polk County, and they are one of the best African-American soul food barbecue places that exist in Florida.
It's good.
Trust me on that. Wow, what a cool little market. This kind of reminds me of like the little stores you have in Alabama.
Yeah.
I don't know how they make it, but at the end of the day, it is some of the best barbecue sauce that I've ever had.
It's good.
Hey, look, they got new houses for sale. On the left, that's a new house. On the left here, another new house. So they're actually building new houses here, and that's good. I would want to live in like a little country house, an older house. If I want to live in a small town, I would want something historic. There's definitely plenty of it to go around here, but hey, new houses going in as well. Love this house right here. Big bungalow, front porch. Unfortunately, a lot of these schools are tearing them down to put in newer schools. Like in Bonita Springs, Florida, there's a beautiful historic school that looks just like that, and they're tearing it down to put in a newer one. So all that looks good so far. I can say compared to these other small little towns that we've been seeing along 17, this is probably like one of the better looking towns today. Let me emphasize that. Today, because many years ago, Fort Meade was one of the worst ones. So it's definitely cleaned up quite a bit. I love the historic houses with the little fireplaces. Look how much junk they got over here. He looks like he'd have it. What? It does look like the guy to go to.
Something is wrong with you.
Look at how neat this looks. Doesn't this just look cool? Look at these beautiful houses here. Gorgeous historic homes. This town's beautiful. Polk County, Florida. Yes, this is nice. Is it me or are these little towns having somewhat of a revival? Could I be wrong on that?
Huh?
Are these towns having somewhat of a little revival going on? I just expected,
Yeah.
not the ones on the southern tip, the ones we started, like where we started off in Soulful, things were bad there.
Yeah.
But like as you move this way, they seem like they've gotten better. These, mija, por favor, quítate en medio de la calle con la trapo esa en la cabeza. What do you think? Looks great, huh? New Wawa at the intersection. I have to admit, things are looking pretty good here. Alright guys, so let's explore downtown Fort Meade. I'm really excited for this. Then we got a Burger King, a Wawa,
Yeah.
Dollar General.
I remember when we first started this channel and we were driving through, every time we drove through here with your dad, he'd be like pointing that Burger King out because it's got a burger on the side.
Oh yeah, does it?
Yeah.
This looks nice. Kind of empty compared to the other towns we've seen today though. Just two guys hanging out there. Okay, now their downtown does look bad. There's a lot of vacancy here. What do you think? Too much. Everything's empty.
Yeah.
Look how much vacancy there is here. That's bad. Wow, that's pretty sad. Everything's for sale and for lease. Okay, that is pretty sad right there. I'm not gonna lie. So nice looking residential areas, but economically this town's in a slump. Like the town's well kept and well clean and manicured and all that.
Yeah.
But let's be real, like that's pretty sad right there. Did you catch how many of those businesses like are empty?
Yeah.
That's pretty sad. Yeah, that's. So I guess architecturally the town looks like it's in good shape and the houses look nice and a lot of historic little houses and stuff. A few new houses going in, but dude, that is sad.
That's sad.
That's pretty bad. 2 new houses right there. Sorry about Katie's breathing. She's recovering from some medical issues, guys. So just be kind about the little situation with Katie's breathing. It's a little heavy, but she's making the effort to not be home today and be out on the road with us.
I'm making an effort to be here today, so that's something.
That's something incredible. So just be glad she's on the videos with us. I think that's cute right there. That's gorgeous.
You might want to pull out.
A lot of little, and look at the butterflies everywhere. I've enjoyed the day today.
I have.
I remember there used to like always be people here selling like honey on the side of the road.
Yeah.
For rent, mini storages. Alright, so let's do the math. You got your phone? How much money would a business have to generate? Okay, so let's just do the math, right? You would have to, Polk County Sheriff, they got a pickup truck? That's pretty cool. Okay, so where are we at now? 156?
Mm-hmm.
That's 60 plus 60 plus 36.
Mm-hmm.
And then you would have to have other business related. So you have 2 employees, you have your location. So you would have to generate, just to have 2 employees in a location, $156,000. So divide that. Okay, so grab 156. Make it 170. Let's say you got 13,000 now. So okay, so 170,000. Clear all that. 170,000 divided by 5,400. $31. So you would have to net $31 for every single person in this town just to cover the overhead of 2 employees in a location. That seems like a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So divide, okay. So you would have to net $31 from every person in this town. That seems like a difficult task to accomplish, huh?
Yeah.
In a town this size.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this Cadillac. Oh man, I love these new Cadillacs. So now, alright, so let's do this now. Okay. 176,000 was the number we talked about?
70,000.
170,000, okay. Go to 170,000 again.
Mm-hmm.
170,000. And divide that by 365. $465. Your business would have to make almost $500 a day just to break even.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about you, but bringing can you imagine making $500 every single day in a town like this? That's a tall order, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So like the math doesn't even work out to start a business here.
Yeah.
And I'm saying $60,000 of an employee because you have other costs. It's not just the employee; it's the things they're gonna need. It's whatever. I'm gonna take one more drive to town and we'll leave.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure the video is nice and thorough. All right, so that I did the math kind of on a high end, right? Let's do it like on a low end, like. Hey, they got a Chevy dealership. A big one at that. McDonald's over here. Circle. Hey, they got a Culver. Check that out. All right. Looks like a brand new Culver's, man. Drive-in theater. But obviously, like, this is not the type of town that you're going to make like a living in.
Yeah.
Like this is like a retirement type of town. Like if you wanted to retire in Florida.
Yeah.
Like affordably. So let's do the math like on the low end, right? So let's start over again. I know you don't like doing this, but I'm just curious, like to understand why this town is a ghost town, basically. That's what I'm trying to do here. I'm just trying to understand why this town's a ghost town, basically.
Everything's closed on Monday too.
Yeah, on top of that. But no, there's still leasing signs everywhere. Yes, everything's closed on a Monday, but then there's also for lease signs everywhere. 1,400 maybe?
Yeah.
You think you could rent one of these buildings for 1,400?
Probably about 2,000.
Probably 2,000, 2,300. Okay, so let's do it 2,300 times 12.
27,600.
Okay, now do that times 3. 82,000.
Yeah.
So that's 2 employees and the location. Now divide that by 365.
$226.84.
So on the bare minimum, you'd have to bring in $200, which would mean 4 $50 sales, and that's just to cover your overhead. What do you think? It'd be possible. You think that's possible?
Mm-hmm.
4 $50 sales in a day, just to cover your overhead. That's some rough math. That's not exact. Every business is different. I'm just like to have an idea roughly. Of course, there's more to that. You think if you had a little store here, you can get 4 people to walk to the door in a town this big in a day? Tough call, huh?
Yeah.
That's just to keep the doors open, math. Like, that's just, is it feasible to even have the door open? I think any business here would always be like on the verge of survival. It would never be like a cash cow. Like, I don't think a small business in this town will make you a fortune. I think a small business in this town, if you were dedicated enough and intuitive enough, you could sustain yourself with a business here. But I go to that fruit stand right there. Hey, look, they got a Hungry Howie's. I think they've always had that, though, right? That's been there for a minute. What you reading, baby?
An email.
From police department?
Yeah.
Which one?
Collier.
Good or bad?
It's iffy. The arresting officer was not wearing a camera, but there is footage from the deputy who transported.
Oh, that's pointless. What was the arrest? Which arrest was it?
Shoplifting?
Is it a Cuban?
Yeah.
How does your officer not wear a body cam for that in Naples?